God damn, a critical failure.
I'm gonna roll
What did you
insight.
roll? I rolled a 1, a critical failure.
Not
What is your insight? I'm gonna roll insight on him.
Okay.
Nat 20 on insight.
What the fuck?
You know everything! You know everything!
He studied this family for years to steal their fucking shit.
John, to be clairvoyant, he's Tannervoyant.
Blackmail.
You see your rat on his shoulder. And you know that's Tinsel. Like that's Tinsel.
My fucking
that's
rat.
your fucking rat.
Yeah, but I'm
and
just
also,
like...
so when you say that, Tinsel
just whips his head around and sees me.
and just kind of like sits on his shoulder, like looking at you.
just staring at me.
Tinsel disappears into the big top.
Okay.
Keegan,
With your one fucking arm!
with your one
You just
goddamn
have your
arm,
hand around his
grab
neck.
him, Keegan, with your one arm, and this is coming down his face, takes him, flips him up, slams him down, and then pins him.
I will not leave until I have your goddamn cooperation.
I've given you my cooperation, so is my brother. As I said, you are a guest in this fair. This is a very important festival that we take very, very seriously. Now we start the beginning of chapter 3 with the conversation. No,
more of an interlude.
So you three. You
God,
guys
I
are-
really hate Beppis.
I really hate Beppis. They're like, you like talk to the cafe person. You're like, hey, can I have like some cola? And they're like, sorry, we only have Beppis. And you're like, shit, fuck.
Before we go, I just want Maddie to look at the last part of my notes. Just look at the bottom. Have I made a breakthrough?
I don't think she can tell you either way.
So you guys are kind of just trying to figure out what the fuck this rat is trying to pull. And
So what's
also,
your name, Mr. Drow?
Drow.
Shut up!
Drow. Yours
We're
first.
literally the dumbest person I've ever
Literally,
met.
you're a Drow. Literally, you're a Drow.
How do you not know this?
Okay, back on track. Why do you keep... What's with you even asking questions?
Called out, my dude.
Oh, stop it. That was to you, John. Like, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, no, it was. Because he's like, yours first, and I said, what's with
I'm
you even asking all these
Ignatious.
questions?
What's your name?
Quietus.
That's ironic.
What a name.
It's so ironic.
I know.
All the irony.
Forgot it for a second.
Gavern.
You can call me Eve.
That's not good enough.
Part of my name.
Give me the whole thing.
When I trust you, I will.
Just give me your first name.
I gave you the first part of my first name.
This is like
Troll
two
fruit.
kids arguing. He's so good.
What the fuck are you writing down?
Okay, so the thing about it is the thing about John's character is that he has like a little like notebook that he just carries with him, and will like you'll say something and you'll see him like writing furiously, and he's like, "What are you writing?" He's like, "Nothing."
He's literally just the shady PI.
And you like one day when he like dies, like you guys will open it and like in the cover it's like done in like pink like font where it's like my diary.
My diary.
Like he just keeps like a little diary.
What a smug
like
motherfucker.
bubble hearts and everything.
I saw you earlier conning people. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But you probably saw me while I was like disguised as a
Yep,
high elf. But
yep.
like the one arm thing kind of gives.
Oh,
me-
are you disguised? Are you still disguised?
No,
or-
he's
I
now-
only rolled an 8 for shower, so
I didn't realize
disguise
that
came
that was an actual thing.
No, that happened before us two ran in.
No, I
This was
heard that,
before.
but like, why did you? You're just like, yeah, I'm gonna shower. Like,
No, that was legit. He rolled an 8, so now he's
I
back
was
to
covered
being
in
a troll.
mud.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
am a cleanly person.
Fucking damn it!
The Beppis!
This does move.
I think it'll be good.
Well, I'm
for
at the cafe. Can I order a pint of Beppis? Can there just be a beer called Beppis?
That's exactly what's happening.
That's the main drink of this land. Is
Yeah, fuck yeah! Give me
hate
some
Beppis.
Beppis! Orders are interesting. I've been collecting notes on what I think has happened. but I haven't confirmed anything yet.
Who was killed?
2 very high status high elves.
Half elves.
Half elves.
Okay.
Very noble families. Very close families. And
Wait, John, you never got to talk to the families, right? Tanner, did you?
I never actually talked to these families.
No, you.
I said I did, and then I went to find the.
Okay, here's the thing. We'll just
I
take a break.
I talked to the families briefly.
So did I actually?
No,
did
because
I
you were
know
on
the
your
people
way
that
when
were-
they caught you with the rat.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, so Tanner, what you would have gathered is that these 2 people did everything together, and the whole night,
They were secretly
basically
dead.
the second since their families had arrived, they were gone, off in the festival,
Okay.
and seen among the vendors, but not in the actual circus arena.
Interesting. Okay.
And they spent a lot of time there and walking around outside versus inside, and that's what the families would have told you. And they never came home the previous night.
Were they with the other 2 the whole night?
Hmm?
Were the 2 guys that got killed with the other 2 their companions the whole night?
The thing about it is the families, the family
Yeah.
asked, what do you mean? Other 2?
The 2 other people that were seen in Northern Forest.
Well, actually, no, this would be the
females
conversation for
said that.
Tanner, actually.
Okay. This is
Yeah.
Tanner's account.
Would you question that at all?
Oh yeah, I absolutely will.
They'd say, we have no recollection of any other 2. We just know that they were out and spent, many times at a couple
Okay, so
different
that would've
vendor
really,
shops.
That really, I would have brought that up with the brothers, but they
Yeah, they basically would not have budged. Again, what you can tell from the brothers is that they just don't. They
They
don't
want to involve.
They don't want to involve themselves. They run the circus. They don't run the affairs of the towns and the people in the circus.
they could not care less.
They're here
Anything
for the show
interesting
and
about the
making sure the
bodies?
Lunas Festival goes
Bodies?
according to
And that's
plan.
at least what they want you to think.
Yeah.
So I did some snooping around, and I saw in the hospital that the bodies had been viciously ripped open. The hearts had been torn out, not cut open and pulled out. It was ripped open.
Brutal.
It was pretty visceral. I saw you there.
He's not out yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not out yet.
This is
like-
while they're in the big top discussing.
Oh,
You
there's
what
can
still
say
is
I
nice.
saw a paladin.
Yeah, I saw a paladin there.
What was his crest?
Death family.
Those people who
Dude,
got
would you know
robbed
that-
a month
Yes.
ago.
Families?
Your family's a very
Remember,
big name.
I'm a sage. I
I
know a
broke
lot
it out of
about
your
a lot of
fucking
the
prison.
families.
No, I was trying to.
He's
say it.
asking me.
Oh.
I know who that is because I know a lot about
Right,
a lot
yeah,
of the
I
families.
forgot
That's
that.
why
I
I
was
asked.
I heard rumors.
They just mostly stand around picking their ass all day.
Jesus Christ.
Tell me about it.
This is so funny. This is
I'm
nothing
intentionally not saying anything because in this situation, I don't think my character would be saying a lot.
So, what about the rat? It's your rat, isn't it?
He's new.
He's his own rat.
You know something that you're not telling us.
Says who?
It says everything that I've collected.
What have you collected?
The fact that the fact that when you tackled me, you went for the rat.
Can't a girl care about her pet rat?
Thank you.
Pulls out a notepad.
Has pet rat.
Has pet rat. Think about it, is I don't know if pet would be the right word for tinsel.
No, that's
As far
the
as
point.
he's
I don't-
concerned, it is.
No,
No, but
he's,
it's important. It's important to know for me that it was that she had it in the first place.
Yeah.
So why did this
Ah,
rat
John,
dive bomb?
I like you. I like your thought process.
John, you gotta be like, so why did this rat dive bomb?
Yeah. So why? Why did the rat? First of all, I know that the rat went to him first, and then it came to me. Care to elaborate?
I'd be asking him this.
Can it
Tinsel's
talk?
with you guys right now.
I know.
Hey,
He's on my shoulder.
Can you talk?
Rat.
Tinsel doesn't say anything.
Tinsel doesn't say anything. Tinsel doesn't even make a squeak.
He just sits there.
Just kind of
Does it
like
talk?
No.
Tinsel seems to be looking kind of like among you guys. Like you can tell his eyes are like kind of like looking to whoever's talking. He's from what all of you have gathered about Tinsel is that he's conscious.
Yeah.
He fucking knows
Yeah.
shit, bro. And
Yeah.
like he's like again, he makes eye contact and looks at the person who's speaking.
Right. Sorry. Ask. What was your question?
Can it talk?
It's a rat.
Can the rat talk?
No.
Can it talk out loud?
It's a rat. Of course not.
Can it talk in your mind?
You ever heard of a clairvoyant rat?
I've seen Stranger.
Oh, well.
He would have.
John, you
he
sound
would have.
like
He
you're
would have
reading
his background.
script.
He's not.
That's just his
That's
character.
the thing. That's the cool thing. Is none of this is scripted.
I've seen Stranger Things.
Dude, I love that show.
Dude, that's my favorite like Netflix show. Like Tinsel's like, dude, fuck. 11.
Yeah. Tinsel's like, whoa, shit, bro.
Oh,
And they're like, so it does talk. Well, I'm sorry to reveal that. No, my rat does not talk, nor does it talk to me.
You didn't ask me to talk to you.
You're not in this conversation, Tanner.
That's true.
And he also did ask if it spoke to me. He literally said, does it
Did
talk
he?
to you in your head? And I said, I'm unfortunate to... It's unfortunate that I'm going to say that no, it doesn't.
So why are you at this festival, honey?
I don't know.
Fucking player
It's a
over
festival.
Well, yeah, that's kind of my character.
Here. I'm saying that in the game.
Yeah.
What a player! I don't know, it's a festival. I just want to enjoy the festival.
You and I both know that's not true.
I was thinking the same thing.
Y'all seem to be turning against each other. I don't know what to, like, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I can't do it. Like, me because I love also being a player in games, because I'm just like I'm just involved in everything. I'm like, yes! So, like, here's a player, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, literally, like, everyone's just being so distant, and, like, I mean, I guess it's, like, accurate to everyone's roles, but, like, you know, you're not letting on that your rat fucking talks, and just like, oh.
Because maybe my character doesn't want people to know that my rat can talk.
She's scared that she's going crazy.
I'm not scared that I'm going crazy. I know my rat.
Your rat talks to you!
I know!
You can even make the excuse that you know a lot about the goddess. Like, that's why you're here at the festival, to, like, I don't know, study more. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm a sage. It's my job.
Copious notes.
Copious notes. Again, this whole time, John's character has just been writing this down mercilessly. Like, literally just like...
Ignatious is player.
Like, you literally see him, like...
Ignatious equal sign player.
Also, so, as you guys are sitting, you overhear a conversation at another table talking about the families. And how, you know, they heard about what the families are saying, about how the boys spent a lot of time with vendors, specifically a couple, like, vendor stations. There was a potion station, a, like, kind of herb station, and then, you know, just, like, a couple other, like, miscellaneous ones that they named.
I'm listening to both conversations.
Oh yeah, no, all of you kind of,
Yeah.
like, almost at once kind of, like, tune into this, because you're
So
all
basically
kind of...
you're giving away the information that you gave to me to them.
Basically, yeah. No, but in a kind of sense where, like, you guys don't really know what you're talking about, because you don't know what's going on, and so you're all kind of sitting, like, letting everything process, and why this rat, and then the murders, and then you suddenly kind of pick up on this conversation as you're all sitting there, and are kind of realizing that that's what you're all doing, is listening in on this. In just the sense that they hung around a few specific carts, and they weren't, and one person kind of chimes into this conversation from another table and says, yeah, I saw them leaving with 2 people. I didn't get, like, a good glimpse, but they did leave with 2 people. I know that for sure. And they're like, oh, well, I hope basically their response is like, oh, I hope the other people weren't hurt by the animal attack. Like, that just totally sucks. You know what I mean?
Am I able to pick up what specific vendors they were around?
Again, there's a potions one, there's a herb one, a weapons smith, just, and, like, a jewelry, basically just kind of, like, a nice array of them. And...
Like, think folk life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then one other person who was sitting with the one who chimed in and said, yeah, I saw them leaving, said they got kicked out of the fortune teller's booth.
Mm.
And they were like, oh, they were probably, you know, she doesn't take too kindly to many people, is what the response was. And then they just kind of went about their business and talking just about, like, literally miscellaneous shit again.
So now it's like, alright, we don't really care whatever they're talking about
Mm-hmm.
the rest of it.
Yeah. They usually just get off topic and start talking about how creepy that fortune teller is or something like that. And again, Teia, like, again, this was something that you recognized, is that the sign was written in chorus.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Are
And
not
all
many...
of you got that eerie feeling when you entered into the festival of just, like, the fortune teller being like, You know, there's
So,
something-
do not many citizens of Core know how to speak and or read Chorus?
Not many.
Okay, so
At
I'm
all.
one of the few.
I'd assume like the
They
townspeople-
recognize it. They know.
What
No,
Chorus
the thing about
looks
it is
like?
that this town is not centered around the goddess. Everyone's centered around the goddess. Only high religious figures, people who have spent years studying in it, and the higher noble families know how to, like, even like the higher noble families and like the priest people and like even like lower ranks but still high like priest people would just know how to read it. There are high priests and people who have spent a lot of time like devoting their lives to the knowledge of the past, which is what Teia's done. And those
So
are the,
it's
like,
just the festival signs and not like the town signs. Then.
exactly.
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's just
Okay.
for the Luna's festival.
Okay.
Because this festival is centered around the goddess.
That makes much more sense.
Because, you know, these types of things are centered around her. This is also the time when it's said to be her magic is heightened.
Specifically Core's magic?
Magic
Yes.
in general.
No, everyone's magic,
Okay.
but hers peaks.
Because ultimately
which
all
is
magic
a
will
big
have
deal
to
for
become
many people
dawn.
right now, because as I said, magic is kind of dying out. And this
So is the goddess's magic linked to the magic of the world?
you wouldn't really know that. She would.
That's not
I'm
as
asking
hard.
that question.
Oh shit.
That's
Well,
not
that just kind of came out. Again,
John,
I'm not
that,
a character.
That question would just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, the thing about it is you
Yeah,
have to,
we're
you have to
sitting here
hear it to
quiet,
talking about the
yeah.
goddess or the festival and why everything's this
Context.
way. And even like with the fortune teller, because again, this is me information as a DM giving you guys.
You guys want to go check out that fortune teller?
Something seems really weird about that wagon.
Oh, yeah.
Was that just me?
No, I
No.
noticed that too.
But
Can anyone here read the language? Does anyone know what the sign said?
I can't.
I can.
What did it say?
What did you say earlier? that
It
you
said basically so because it was written in chorus, and also the way it was written. I don't really know of a better way to describe this, but it's basically a calling card for the goddess. So basically, she'd be a fortune teller of the goddess. Is basically what it said.
Okay. So yeah, it was more of a call. It was basically a calling card for the goddess. So that fortune teller is acting in the services of Core herself. But I didn't go inside. I just read the sign and kept
Yeah,
walking.
that didn't go inside.
Do you know if anyone's selling magic prosthetics around here?
You would certainly need one.
Yeah, no shit. Why do you think I'm asking?
The thing about it is, I feel like once you get a magical prosthetic, like your rolls are just gonna nat one the whole time.
Yeah.
And but you're like, because all your strength rolls have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You get 2 nat
Like,
20s.
Jesus
I got one.
Christ.
You got no,
You
because
got
when
one.
you're
You got a
scaling the tree,
17
oh,
on
it's
the
a
tree.
17. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like fuck, bro, like you are fucking living.
Yeah, like, holy crap.
Dude, I'm worked out. I'm swole.
Like this
He has
arm-
one arm, but this arm is swole.
is like so thick, like literally, like it just
It's
beefy.
a tree trunk.
Yeah, like your arm was as thick as the tree that you scaled. Like you could literally like
Damn,
lift
thin tree.
Teia like with your pinky, just like weightlift her.
Well, no, it's just aggravating and awkward trying to pick things up with one arm.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And yet you were able to scale a fucking tree.
I have a
what?
lot of practice.
He climbed a tree? Oh, he must have got up there somehow. What?
You saw him in a tree, but you're like,
Yeah,
what?
like, holy fuck! How even with one arm?
I climbed a tree.
Why'd you follow me anyways?
I don't know. Saw a hot chick up in a tree. What else would I do?
Oh my god.
So you don't climb in windows, you climb up fucking trees.
Oh yeah!
See a girl in a tree, take advantage of her.
Yes!
At this point, my character goes silent.
I make something in huge letters in my notebook.
Player!
Eve
Asshole.
equals thick.
By the way, Eve is spelled
Thick.
Y-V.
Even though Eve is like tall and really, really skinny.
No, she's not thick. She's a stick. She's literally 6'2" and 140 pounds. She's a stick. She is not thick
Literally,
at all.
my sister stretched out.
YV?
Exactly. YV is how you spell Eve.
Okay.
I'm not saying that in the game. Just pretend that's how it's spelled. normally, commonly.
That's just
I
how you
guess.
spell Eve in Elvish.
So how'd you lose the arm, if I may ask?
My uncle cut it off.
What'd you do to piss
So
him
you,
off?
as a Drow, would know this. Like you would.
'Cause, like,
you would this
I
would
was a
kind of
lord.
like ring in your head where you're like, you suddenly connect those
Yeah.
two events
It's like,
because, especially because it's your own people's
Yeah.
lore. You know what I mean? You pay very close attention
Yeah.
to that to know also where you come from because you were only raised by your mother. You know, you don't really know much about the rest of your family, I would assume.
My
but
dad was
you,
dead before I was born.
You know basically that like in the Drow Kingdom a few years back when you were very young, there was basically like he got Mufasa. His dad got Mufasa
Yeah.
and killed and to try and attempt
No,
to
this
kill
was more
Keegan's
like
character.
3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm still well learned. as a
Yeah,
Drow.
no, but you would like this would suddenly click in your head of like, oh,
So you're that guy.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
You're one of
dick.
those guys.
Your uncle's a dick.
Oh yeah.
What'd your uncle do?
Oh, he cut off my arm and killed my dad and took my lordship.
Mm.
Well, my brother's lordship.
Where's your?
Scrub, you're not even here.
Sorry, Claire. I'm like,
Where's your brother? I'll ask the question. Where's your brother? Would you
I
cut
don't
off
know,
one of his
he-
legs?
You know, my brother managed to hide and escape. We got separated
Have you tried looking for him?
a little bit. Gave up a while ago though.
We overhear a burp from a nearby table.
the rat burps.
The rat
The
burps,
rat.
bro.
No, I think it's so funny that Tinsel just started out as an inside fucking joke, and then I realized like, wait,
Tinsel
I
the
can work
Rat.
with
Yeah.
this. Because Tinsel, like, I can use it as a guide to steer you guys in the right direction. Like, literally, you guys would not be together unless I had fucking Tinsel.
Yeah,
I didn't even
Tinsel is
expect you
what
guys to meet
brought us
that early,
together.
but, like, when you were like, I jumped from the other tree, I'm like, where would Tinsel go? Keegan's shoulder.
Tinsel would go to Keegan's shoulder.
Because, like, it's so impossible to get the party together at the beginning without making it feel awkward otherwise.
Without making it, like, painfully obvious.
Yeah.
But this is why you have a mysterious rat.
And leave it to the rat.
Yeah. Shit.
Can we all agree that the rat knows something that we don't?
Yeah, definitely.
My rat is not a goddess.
I didn't say it was a goddess. I'm just assuming that the fact that it knows something important.
Hey, hon, I was just joking around.
Just me?
Just you.
You're a fucking liar.
What?
Not you.
Wait, what'd you say?
He said I'm a fucking liar.
No, what did you say before that?
Like I said, it's just a rat, dude. I mean, think about it. If you had, let's say, a pet cat, and your pet cat all of a sudden got stolen by some goddamn dark elf
Okay,
with one arm.
okay, we're gonna slow
Hey,
down. It
I
didn't
did
get
not steal
stolen.
your
it
rat.
consciously went to him.
Well, I'm supposed to know what's going on in his head. He's a rat.
My cat was killed by my uncle.
Man, you know, your uncle's a real grade A dick.
Yeah, let's go kill it.
I'd be down.
This is where the party breaks up.
Alright, campaign's over. We're gonna kill Keegan's uncle.
It'll be the first time I've killed an authority figure.
Oh no.
What?
Ooh, who else have you killed? Quietly, of course.
His uncle. Like his uncle. So, one thing that I forgot to mention until now, but I think this will work well. The weather has not been that favorable.
Oh,
Perfect.
shite.
Just
I've
to,
been
like,
imagining
it's
it's
not-
sunny the entire time.
Me too.
No,
I've
the
also
first day.
imagined it
The
was
first
sunny.
day it was perfectly sunny.
Okay.
Today it's a bit more clouded over, and like the sun hasn't really shown. And
Good for me.
roll,
Seattle.
like the three of you who are sitting outside right now, roll perception.
Perception or insight?
Just perception.
Perception.
Yeah, insights for determining someone's motivation.
Okay. Or something bigger.
Yeah, like the bigger picture.
7 and...
So if I roll a nat 20
Perception.
doing an insight check, could you just like send me a copy of your entire plot?
Yeah. No, fuck off.
What's your
Literally, I
perception?
don't have that much written
plus
down. I
3,
have
so 10.
some stats that I need for later on.
Fucking 6.
At least it wasn't critical failure.
Yeah.
6 plus 2, 8.
So who got the highest?
10.
Okay. So Keegan, you don't know if it's just because like your vision's kind of bad in the daylight, but like the sky doesn't look all that blue like it normally is. It's really dull, like compared to what it was yesterday, where it's just a bright, searing blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just like, it kind of like perplexes you for a second, but you kind of almost write it off as like, that's probably just your eyesight. It's probably just like a glare from like the light right now that you just aren't able to see color very well. But yeah, this would just kind of be like a passive thing that you would have noticed at some point during the day today. It's not supposed to be like right now.
Well, what time is it in the day right now?
Probably like midday.
Midday.
Yeah, probably.
One shot of cafe.
Bepis
Pretty
Cafe.
girl on the third wheel.
Cafe. What?
Pretty girl on the third wheel.
Bepis Cafe!
Bepis!
Bepis!
God damn
The
it.
thing about it is like, there are like
Dark
3 different drinks that are named Bepis. There's like the equivalent of coffee. There's like a soda drink, and then there's an alcohol. And so when you're like, hey, can I have a Bepis? They're like, yeah. And you never specify what Bepis you want, but you always get the Bepis
The
that
one you
order.
want. Yeah.
Any
It's
drink
just like-
is just Bepis, and you just get whatever you like assumed it was. So basically, you want a drink, say, I want a
Have a
Bepis.
Bepis,
Bepis.
please.
Believe.
Pick up
Tinsel
drum lines,
hasn't
have
moved,
it.
right? He's still just chilling on my
Dude,
shoulder.
Jason does
Like, I'm
Teia.
so not trusting of her about the rat that I'm just like looking at
No,
the rat,
no.
just like trying to.
The
like,
rat-
That would be looking
Is
at
in
you.
the
If you're
front
just
seat
like
at the table.
obviously staring at him, he's gonna stare the fuck back.
I'm just looking at it
See,
like.
every time someone stares at my rat, it fucking stares back.
No, dead ass.
Like I'm looking at him like I'm looking
you
at him.
cheeky motherfucker.
I'm just like she's fucking like I'm looking at him like it's like she's fucking lying.
No, you just be like, rat, can you talk?
And he's just sitting there staring at you, maybe like scratching his ear a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just frustrated at you at this point because you're a goddamn liar.
And what makes you say that? I've answered all of your questions.
Dude, persuasion check.
Whether or not I'm lying is
Actually,
Just
yeah,
what
roll
you
a
thought of
deception.
yourself.
Roll deception.
Me?
Yeah.
Deception.
It would be deception.
Not perception, deception.
Or persuasion.
No, it's deception. It would be deception.
It's deception. Yeah.
20! Net 20, bitch!
Jesus.
Woo! I ain't fucking lying to you.
Yeah,
Well, I am lying,
you rolled
but-
the net. I still don't trust you in the fucking.
Yeah,
Net
in the first
20,
place,
bro.
when it comes to the rat, you're pretty.
You trust
like,
that the rat
you're
doesn't talk, but you still do not trust her.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I say like, no, he doesn't talk, and you're like, okay, the
Like,
rat
there's
doesn't
no way
talk.
that a rat could
like,
talk.
there's literally
'Cause
no
honestly,
doubt
no
in your
matter what,
mind
Teia's gonna be
the rat
only,
doesn't talk.
the only person who can hear the rat anyways.
Yeah. So no matter what, you're like, okay, the rat doesn't talk, but you still don't trust me.
Yeah.
But you believe
Are
me
there
on
any
it.
conversations around us that are relevant to the murders?
She told us that.
Yeah.
I mean, like just like at any.
That
point.
was very relevant information that I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fortune
Yeah.
teller could tell
Yeah.
if there's any prosthetics around here.
Why don't you go ask her?
I mean, I wrote down everything that you said.
Yeah. That would be the thing about it is, again, in my head, I'm trying to give away. The thing about it is, I'm worried about giving away too much too early. But the thing about it is, if you, I can see how everything fits together. The thing about it is, you guys don't see that yet, and especially where we're at a midpoint where you guys are having to sit down and have this conversation, and then the other 3 will come out. If you guys, like, there are certain steps that you need to take for it to become a little bit clearer as to what the answers are. But we need the other 3, like, just to be there so that we don't, because this is a big part of the story that's about to happen, at least for this, sub thing.
Did either of you, what did both of you find at the murder scene? Just in case I missed anything.
I fell in mud.
I was in a
I
tree.
saw you.
I was just sitting in a tree.
I mean, did you notice anything?
It was very salty mud.
Not necessarily. I wasn't really investigating
There was some
much.
blood in that mud.
Nothing we didn't already know.
Also, what just to note, when I say the weather isn't favorable, it's not raining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just
It's
not
cloudy.
sunny.
Yeah, just not really sunny.
This fortune teller means something.
What do you think it means?
So we all heard that they were kicked out of the fortune teller, right?
Right?
And later they were killed.
They also went-
Mysteriously.
they supposedly went into the fortune teller with 2 other people.
No.
No,
No.
they went in alone.
We
They
didn't
were
go in
kicked
alone.
out. They left the city with 2 others.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think those other 2 were kicked out as well?
No.
We need to find out, first of all, who those 2 others were.
The two that
Or-
were killed that were engaged.
Right. Do you
And
think...
and I know that the footprints left. There were 4 sets of footprints in, 2 out. The 2 out were definitely female. So I need to find the fiancés because I think that they might be the killers. And I
You
that-
think their own fiancés killed their future husbands?
I think
Well,
that the
if it was an
fortune. I
arranged
think that
marriage.
I think that the fortune.
Roll for insight right
I
now.
think that the fortune teller plays a bigger role in this. The fortune
Actually,
teller
roll
could have
investi-
instigated this.
There's
Investigation
no
or insight?
clues, so it would have to be insight.
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 7.
Jesus fuck.
Insight.
Wisdom.
Wisdom plus 2, 9. Fuck me.
You kind of hold on to that thought of where are the fiancés?
No. I need to find them.
I wonder why they were kicked out of the fortune teller.
Maybe they insulted whoever's in there. Just, it could be any number of reasons.
They couldn't have been too crude. They were nobles. They would have known better than that.
One, okay,
Yeah,
Not
fucking back.
necessarily.
Jesus
welcome
Christ.
back. Hello. Okay, so one thing that I do want to note, and now we can have the 2 groups meet up, is that this is also to you, Tanner, because the families would have explained
Yes.
this. That I'm going to kind of redo
Well,
something that I said previous.
was-
They arrived like a day before the actual festival started, like while everything was setting up, and ever since they arrived, they were interacting with like vendors and like the same types of things that were named. But they've been doing it since a day previous before the festival.
Okay.
And they didn't come home until very, very late at night.
So did I
the
know
night
these people?
before the first festival. You weren't there. These 2 noble families
Did
were.
he know the families?
Yeah, did I know the people who were murdered?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure,
yeah.
I said that.
You didn't know them as close friends, but you knew them because of big noble events.
Okay, okay.
And the 2, as I said, the 2 sons.
like they were regular party guests of
Yeah.
yours.
Okay.
So basically, the 2 people that were murdered have been interacting with people from the circus since the day before the circus started. And the night before the circus actually began, they were out very, very, very late at night, like until like the early hours in the morning when they returned, and then early the next day, they only slept for a very little while because they're half elves. They headed out again. I don't know
John's.
who that is.
No, Tanner ain't mine.
Yeah, I thought that was yours, Maddie.
Oh, it's not
But-
mine.
Oh no, that actually is mine. If you don't.
Alright, then I'm just gonna microwave and eat it.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I shouldn't be eating it anyway.
ate all
the goddamn
cheese.
I've been really, really good this week, so I'm not like cramping, and I'm so glad.
Oscar,
I just get really stuffy.
Oscar, come on.
Doggo. Dairy.
There you go. You've been following me around.
But yeah, so basically, they had been interacting with people from the circus since the day before the circus started. That is something important to note as well.
Yeah.
All right. I have made
So
another
the culprits might not
possible-
necessarily be people from the circus.
They might not necessarily be people from the circus, but they might not necessarily be people not from the circus.
They've been here.
So it could
whole-
literally be anyone.
They've
Are the
been
2
here.
groups together now?
Well, you guys,
We have
they're
not
about-
narrowed it
so,
down
as I
at
said,
all.
what happened? So this was a just for
We've
the
narrowed it
for
down
the
to
recording.
everyone.
This was basically what happened in conversation while the others were in the Big Top.
Discussing
Now,
with the
as I
gotta
said
wait
at the
for
end of the last
Calvin.
episode, which Calvin will come down for, the 3 that were in the Big Top have now exited, and the 3 that were sitting outside are now talking. Tinsel the Rat gets down from where he was sitting on Teia's shoulder and runs past the 3, very obviously in between like this kind of crowd of 3 where the Paladin and then this ranger and then a bard who obviously works at the circus emerge from the Big Top and then runs into the Big Top. Or actually just kind of disappears underfoot. You don't really know where he went. I
Okay,
guess
so
maybe
I
a way to
think
put it. You
I
all
think-
would notice this like kind of just like a blurry figure kind of go by.
I'm gonna.
yeah, I think I would notice that and trace it back to like look around to see where it came from, and I would see John.
Yeah. And you'll be like,
You and I make eye contact.
Yeah, and I would
Hey,
walk
I know
over
you.
and as a paladin of a noble family, I feel like I would have the authority to requisition items and stuff and draft help from people.
Yeah.
To
I mean, like,
do
again, if you are
investigations.
looking for investigation and you've seen him around, and you feel like he may know something, then yes, go up and talk to him.
yeah,
This-
so
again,
I'm gonna
is
go
how-
up to this group, especially since they look really intense. And-
before he starts speaking, I'm gonna excuse myself and follow the rat into the tent.
You don't.
I
You
can't.
didn't see where the rat.
I didn't
went,
see where the
sorry.
rat. You said he walked right into the tent.
No,
Yeah,
he,
but
I
he
changed
walked-
that. He
He
disappeared
walked into the
underfoot.
crowd.
yeah, he went into the crowd.
Oh.
Yeah,
Can I excuse myself and follow him?
I would suggest not because we'd be separating parties.
All right.
And
Tinsel will find his way back in a second. He just wanted to get his.
I'm
your guys'
very aware that he's gone.
We all are.
Me more than everybody else. I'm very aware that my rat's gone. And I just got him back. What?
He's lifting this.
Anyways, okay, so yeah, Tanner, approach this table. You are
Can you
welcome
please
to speak
stop?
to them.
So, yeah, I know, but it's messing with the mic. Okay, so I feel like I would go over and
Well, no, we're in character.
yeah.
Speak with confidence.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over
Speak
and
as your character.
yeah, I know this.
He's
I
explaining
know
his
this.
actions.
I'm explaining what I'm doing and how I'm trying to think how this would play out because I know I would want to go over and talk to John, but I don't know how I would go about opening the subject.
You're a paladin.
Is that
with
your
blood.
rat?
Is that your rat?
Is that your rat?
Which one of you owns the
As
rat?
he's walking over, I'd like make eye contact with you. Can I help you?
I've seen you around, and I request that you assist me in figuring out more about the events that transpired this morning.
Which specific events are you
My
referring
dog's
to?
just-
I'm
Dude, was
referring
it that
to the
sick
murder.
prank, bro.
Ignatious,
Frank.
shut your mouth.
Guys, call over my dog so he doesn't wander around.
Oscar!
Murder.
Oscar! Come here, dude. Hey,
First,
doggo.
if I may ask, what do you know about the murder? And then if I know something that you don't know, I feel like that would be more beneficial to both of us.
I assume I know no more than you do at this point.
Fair enough.
They
I
would have
know that
advantage
he
over
would
you.
know that much.
Is John? Can you remind me what exactly is the conversation that you overheard?
Oh, the
Because
fortune.
it
I'm
was
just
slightly
asking
more.
how
Yeah.
Tanner
Oh, yes.
knows that.
Oh,
Um,
the fact that they got kicked out of
yeah.
the fortune
So
teller.
the-
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That is the one fact that you don't know.
So I'm gonna explain. I'm going to pull up a seat and sit down and explain what I know.
Is there
Um,
anything that you? Is there
So
anything that
what
you
I'm doing
want
right now
to
is
know?
sitting down and explaining to you what I know.
And Artemis and Calvin, I assume you guys would kind of follow this paladin to figure out what's going on as well, because you both are very curious as to why someone's been killed.
I mean, I say murder, and you're like, what?
What?
What? Dude! What?
Oh, and the
Dude,
one
it's
thing
sick
that you
prank,
know
bro.
that these three don't know is the Lotus Brothers' reaction to it.
Right, they refuse to help.
All three of you guys know that.
Yeah, they refuse to do anything. So now they know because I've
Yep.
told them.
Yes. So you
We
guys are
also-
all up to date
Interesting.
on.
Am I the only one? Is my group the only one that knows slightly more, but not that much more?
What
I,
would you know?
I know that they made
Both
up.
groups know one
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
that the
right.
others
I know they met up
Yeah.
with a group
Yeah, he
beforehand,
knows
but I'm
that
not
the people
aware
who
of
know.
who.
Yeah.
I know they met up with 2 people.
There's 2 people. You should share that to the group.
No,
No,
like that. That's
that's
It
one
doesn't
thing.
feel important, and I don't know enough about it for it to be a value.
I-
How they went
Right.
in with 2 people and
No,
2 other
yeah,
people
like
and
the
2 people left.
Yeah, but
We
and
all
then,
know
and the
that.
fact that he, but
I don't know who they
I saw
are.
that
There's
when I
nothing to
filmed
track
the
from that. That's all I know.
yeah, but that would be
There was blood
something
that
that
way.
would link them to possibly be. That could be a possible link to the fact that
Something.
that the brothers know something about this because the 2 people that they were talking to, and then there were 2 people that the families did not know were
But-
there.
No longer.
Aren't the Lotus
It's 2 I
Brothers
just
men?
chewed down and I need to know.
The Lotus Brothers are both.
Yes, but they were talking to another pair of people. Remember episode 1?
This is true.
Yes.
thing.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Calvin, would you pipe up and say that?
Yeah.
After
My
the mention of
character
2 people?
wouldn't think much about it.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't
We
So,
don't.
yeah.
because I don't know who those people were.
Yeah,
I
so you
couldn't
wouldn't think
hear
much
what
of
they
it.
were saying.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the people.
So you wouldn't think much of it.
Okay, I would assume that John would probably you would bring up the fortune tellers, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
even just like all of you would kind of like again be sitting here processing everything you guys just talked about, and you know you've investigated the scene of the crime, you've talked to the families, you've seen the bodies,
There's blood in that.
you haven't been to the areas that have been mentioned yet. Vendors.
So, oh man, I
fortune teller,
was
that kind
about
of
to say we should split up, send some people to check out the stores, and then someone to check out the.
I have a list of vendors that they visited,
Awesome.
and it's almost guaranteed that there's more than one of these vendors.
Absolutely.
So
How are we going to know
Wouldn't
which
my
exact
character,
ones they went to?
because I'm with the
That's
circus
the hard
and because I am highly renowned, know some of the vendors?
Mr.
Yeah, that
you
makes sense.
would know vendors. You would know where to find each different station.
And
so
you would
okay.
probably have some kind of connection to the actual
There are-
people.
I mean, I do have the
Okay.
beat.
Wait. Okay, because this is knowledge that you would know, and this is knowledge that, like, you know, because you got the layout of the place. And you remember
Everybody
maps
did.
very well.
Everybody did.
No, but
No,
he
Mr.
specifically
Paladin. I
has
know
the skill to
exactly
know
where
maps. He
everything
knows
is.
where everything is now.
Also, I have
And
the
you
highest
would know this
charisma in
too.
the group, so.
I know, but I'm
Yeah.
saying as you knowing connection people.
Yeah.
So you two would know that there are 2 potion stations.
Okay.
There,
You know who
there
owns them,
are-
and you know where they are.
they both know where they are. You don't really talk to vendors much. You talk to entertainers because you're.
I
an
know
entertainer.
the owners of taverns
Mr.
and
Paladin,
cafes and bars.
sir.
Where
Stuff
I've
like that.
performed at.
Do you know?
Shop, yeah.
I know where they are, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey
exactly.
guys, so we have 2
I
potion
have no
vendors.
idea.
2 potion vendors, 4
Just-
herb vendors, which is another thing that I listed. 6 jewel vendings. And
Jesus,
then,
that's a lot of jewels.
Yeah, just 'cause, I mean, like
Yeah, 'cause
jewelry. That's
jewels
a
are pretty
common thing to get
Yeah,
at this
That,
type
like
of
it's a
festival.
magic. It's a magic.
And then
festival.
3
You need arcade
weaponsmith
purposes.
areas, and then basically the other ones were just kind of miscellaneous, smaller like tea shops.
I know where
like,
those are.
Some t-shirt
I know.
shops.
I know.
But yeah, like a
One
clothing,
tree struck by
you know, like the places that just smell that
Nice.
sell just like sheets of cloth.
Such a cheap way to get
Oh,
material,
yeah.
but Maddie was
So like basically just like that type of place.
How many of those?
Like 3 or 4.
John, you were taking some serious notes.
No, this
I
is
love
good. I
it.
like this.
I
Like,
love it so
no, this
much.
is his character.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
great.
and it's so good.
And this helps me keep track of everything, because I can be like, hey John, I
Hey,
said this
Josh.
help.
Josh.
Yeah.
So,
And
I
then
just
you
remember
know,
As a
both
paladin-
of you know this, and like all kind of your whole group knows this. There is one fortune teller,
yeah.
only one, and it's the one that you all kind of have even mentioned when you described it and like saying like, oh yeah, I saw that. It's very eerie, and there's one.
Yeah. So I feel like, as
Is
someone
the
who's
fortune
leading this investigation, I would want copies of his notes on this place.
Well, I don't.
That's gonna take so.
He's not-
okay, that's
he's not-
actually
yeah,
that's
no,
up
I mean,
to
not
him.
like
as the
transcribing.
sheriff.
That would
in
be.
But I have like authority
In the world,
demand
in the
it.
world, he's not literally jotting out.
Yes,
No,
I
he
am.
is.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
In the
Really?
game world,
Yeah.
I am
Yeah, I mean,
jotting
you
down
can just like
everything.
take pictures.
That's
and
part of
send
his
it to me.
character.
Taking notes.
Is
I'm
the
just-
is
my
the fortune teller situated
doesn't
away
show
from
his
the
notes.
main fairgrounds?
Yeah, but I could.
It's
It's
actually
not-
just a
it's-
secret diary.
Okay, so
He's a
it's
criminal.
in the vendor area.
Yeah,
You don't
so
know
basically,
that,
here. I don't know why I didn't
yeah, but I
do
could
this
still
before.
request it. As a paladin on an investigation, on a mission.
fucking anyone, but we both know where everything is. But I actually do know people.
Okay. You have connections.
Fucking only one that has me. Just like fucking, just like only reason I'm here is because fuck it.
So
That's
I mean,
why.
you guys know the people, but I have authority to gain entry to literally anywhere I fucking
your
want.
So you're our
authority-
black card,
Yeah,
basically.
your authority as a paladin
And then
will
I'm-
get us in with vendors.
And a noble
As a
paladin
paladin
as well.
and a noble. From,
And then
one
I'm
of-
a hun-
from the most
Paladins
respected
are
family
not- yeah.
in this.
Paladins are not
universe.
as something that's very common here,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to like even not everyone in your family is a paladin. A lot of
Yeah.
them are like clerics, are very religiously based.
Yeah, most of them are
Um,
clerics or political leaders.
Yes.
And then there's me, who's just like people like my music. They know me.
You're there to earn money and make connections.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also,
But that's
because I'm
super
known
useful.
A fairly,
and
a
I have
fairly
a high
common.
charisma, people will more naturally go to me and respect me. for
Yes.
A large number of my family
So
members
I-
Okay,
have
so
been
this
like
is very
in
very
the
quickly
military.
drawn.
that. So I have a lot of things with
but
Christian
so-
energy, but for different reasons.
Here, I'm trying to just let me address it, and then I can have it pass around. So this is the main town, basically like this square. Again,
Okay.
this is very quickly drawn. This is the forest in between. In the middle of the forest, kind of almost like connected a little bit with the town,
That's
is
cool.
the garden, which is
Privacy.
very, very like intuited. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I mean, this is a stunning garden.
Yeah,
the
it
townspeople
makes you
care
fall in a
very,
puddle of mud.
yeah. The townspeople care very deeply. This is the event ground.
You young
Okay.
fish
It is
today,
this
buddy.
big, and basically the big top is centered on this side. Everything else is a vending place, and
So
just
it's
like
like-
smaller performance stages.
Is it like
and stuff
just
like that.
is everything just like thrown up haphazardly, or is there
Or
a
is it
pattern to
organized?
it?
There's like
There's probably
yeah,
it's
no,
like
Okay.
the aisles of a supermarket.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
kind of yeah. So
Maddie.
like basically there's here I'll kind of so all these lines. Oh, excuse me, that was terrible.
It's alright.
So all these lines. So that's kind of like an outer ring of vendors
Right.
around it.
So it's like
Then
the
there would
track.
be kind of like aisles.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like
of
lanes
stuff.
of a track.
Yeah.
Like the lanes
And then
of
there'd be,
it.
smaller like areas, and there are different like performance stages. Probably like here.
thought you wanted some.
There'd be a bigger one right there, and basically the fortune teller, I'd say, is going to be situated right there.
Far corner.
Yeah, a far
So
corner.
town garden thing. You want me to like just work on one while
Yeah,
you're
that's
DMing?
fine.
No,
This
I'm
works.
fine.
Like a more in detail one.
John,
Yeah,
you
that
would
works.
you have full access to that map. and I feel like that you would actually sketch that out. Okay, everyone
Yeah,
here.
you're the one who made that
Is
yourself.
John's gonna.
You made that. You just sketched that quickly, and that's why it's so terrible.
Oh, I love the picture.
And
You
it
guys
was
want to
the
see what my
worst
rat looks
dog.
like?
Yes, I want to see the rat. I want to see the
He's
rat.
so cute. He's so cute.
He's
But
pretty
literally
normal.
nobody
Wait,
else
I need to
does.
actually like find the
He's
picture
so
of Tinsel.
freaking
God damn it, Tinsel! This is not
Tinsel,
my
why
art,
you
that's-
hiding?
I love him.
Tinsel the Rat, guys.
That's
Oh my
amazing.
God.
He's so
Tinsel.
cute.
That's good shit.
I fucking love
That's
my
gonna be the
rat.
splash art for the first.
I want to get an
You know,
actual rat.
I'm gonna
now.
use that as the splash art for this.
Yes, Tinsel
I want
the
to
Rat.
get a rat
Dude,
and
Tinsel
name
is-
him Tinsel.
Dude, Tinsel is main protagonist.
Tinsel is
This
main
is
protagonist.
Tinsel's journey. This is none
that's
of y'all.
what this is called.
Goddamn
Tinsel's
Tinsel.
journey. This is Tinsel's fucking journey.
Well, no, this
on
arc-
the shoulder of Eve.
No, because Tinsel's just God.
Tinsel is gone.
I mean, that
So-
could be the Adventures of Tinsel the Rat. That could be the podcast name.
No, I
But-
don't know.
and then
We'll
just
come
name
up
the
with
arcs.
we'll come up with a good name. Anyways, we're off topic. So,
This arc is the
Calvin,
Lunas
you don't have
Festival.
graph paper here, do you?
The
Huh?
Lunas
No.
Festival.
Sorry.
No, this story
No.
arc is the Lunas Festival.
Dude, I'm gonna write this book.
I want this to be like a
Adventures of
movie.
Tinsel the Rat.
That's why I
I
love
want this
D&D
to be
so
a
much.
movie
Is that like
because this
would be
we're
hilarious.
telling a story.
Yeah.
We're telling a story together, and we're so close to the end of this mystery.
Wait, seriously?
It's about it's not a big thing. Like once you guys
Well, considering
investigate,
she took our hour
Yeah.
until 30.
once you guys
I
like,
like how there's been like no
investigate,
fighting,
Yeah.
and the only roll, like time
Think of
strength was
maybe,
rolled,
though.
is when Keegan suplexed fucking
Fucking
John.
bodied me.
Oh, okay.
okay,
Anyways,
Best roll of the game.
Anyway,
I assume
I'm gonna have
you
to, like,
guys
cut
are gonna
that
come
whole
to a
part out, 'cause it
conclusion
was not-
of splitting up to investigate vendors and this fortune teller.
okay.
And
I feel like
assume
the
that you-
fortune teller is going to be the thing that actually ends this, like tells us something that will end this. So I would like to go investigate that.
Okay, as the people who speak chorus, you two should make sure that you go there.
Okay.
So I feel like
Tanner and I
as
go find
this is
Chloe.
my advice as a DM.
Yeah.
You two go there. The rest of you go to shops and make sure that that works very well. You two go to the fortune teller, and then the rest of
Okay,
you
so quick question.
go to the shops.
I can read course, but can I understand it when I'm? Can I hear it?
You
Can I
can
understand
read
when I hear it?
No.
No.
'Cause then you'd be
Remember,
able to
you
speak
can
it.
read it. I'm the one who can speak it and understand
Yeah.
it.
You can
You
understand,
can
you
read
understand
it.
it.
So
would
you
be
recognize
read
the
it.
symbols, but you've never actually heard it spoken.
Oh, okay.
I'm the
Okay.
one who understands what they're
Okay.
Again, she has pledged her whole life. You as a noble would need to read your old texts.
Yeah.
Never allowed. Just study them and study them until you understand them. So
Okay.
you've come to understand the written language.
Which you probably
Like-
wouldn't do.
The thing about it, like
No,
me
I
with
did
French,
do it.
I can roughly read French. If you speak it to me
Like-
or ask me to speak it, I can't do it.
I can
Okay.
understand hearing it and reading it, but I have a hard time speaking it back.
Does anyone else here speak Druidic?
Me.
If something happens, leave a message in Druidic in an obvious place where I will see it.
On your own
You,
course.
being who you are, would very easily recognize it anywhere.
Anywhere.
Okay.
So
Okay.
would it kind of be like how Tinsel communicates with me, where I'd write it down on a sheet of paper and show it to only John?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
exactly how it would go.
'Cause no one else
Unless you
knows
are
that.
willing to
Unless I'm
publicly
willing
share
to
it.
publicly.
But unless John were to
Because
read
there are
it out
going to
loud
be
to
more,
people or anything,
more
but you guys
druids
wouldn't know.
in this place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or who has the message cantrip? Someone
I
picked
do
it.
not have a message.
No, I don't think anyone got it.
I don't
No,
think
got
anyone
it?
wound up
Okay.
taking it.
No.
Message cantrip is really, really good. Like, I liked it a lot. I used it to yell at my brother.
I don't think I have that one available. I might have.
Or at 54.
I glossed
Okay,
over it.
so
Is
we
it
will-
going to be long enough that
I
it's
have
going to be like
found
another
trait.
episode?
Yeah, we'll just stop it right here.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
we will end with them splitting up as two separate parties.
All right.
And I going to see the wonderful Wizard of
John.
Oz. I mean, the fortune teller.
We're up to see the wizard.
Shop.
Okay.
And there we go. And
I do
then,
not remember.
Just go into one shop.
Like the